Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to be making a beautiful Christmas wreath using all bows. So let's get started. So believe it or not, these bows were made with a ribbon that we found at Goodwill. And so the total cost to make this is super cheap. It's probably less than $3. The wire frame is from Dollar Tree, and of course that's $1. Plus you got the ribbon for super cheap. And we're talking about maybe the chenille stems, so you're talking about a $3 wreath. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you want to know how to make this particular style of bow, go ahead and look at my bow tutorial that I recently released, and I'll also put a link to that below in the description box. So on the back of this bow, I've got the chenille stem, and that's what you're going to use to attach it to your wire frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach using just this area here, so the two inner ones. And I did do another wreath that was similar but looks a whole lot different. I will also post that below. So what you're going to do with your chenille stem is you're going to take both ends and you're going to put one through this area right here, and then you're going to put the other one through the other area. So you're only attaching it to the two middle rings right in this area here. And so I'm going to just go ahead and start twisting it around the back. And once you get a bunch of these on here, it's going to look extremely full. And so I'm not sure how many bows it's going to take to fill this up, but I will make sure I post that at the bottom. Okay, so I like to work within sections. So as soon as I know what section and how many bows it's going to take to fill up one section, then I can kind of see how many more I'll need. But I went ahead and made all of my bows in advance, make it a lot easier. So I'm attaching them really close to each other. So, because I want this to look extremely full. And you see how it's already coming together? This is probably one of the easiest wreaths to make. I'm just going to turn this over so you can see. All I'm doing is just kind of twisting it around so it'll stay on here. Just twisting it around. And I'll go back and clean this up. I like to have a lot of length on my chenille stems. If you want to cut it, you can, but I want to make sure that this is really secure on here. So I'll go back and kind of tuck everything in so these aren't sticking out. Okay, let's do another one. And so you want to make sure that these are pushed really tight. And this is a wired ribbon. Wired ribbon will do all the work you need to make a nice fluffy wreath. So I'm doing it again with this one, tucking it in, pushing it all the way over so it's really tight in there. And look, we only have 3 bows on there. You believe it? 3 bows already attached, and it already looks so full. So I'm just going to kind of continue on here. Could you imagine making these as gifts for your family members? And just tucking it and pulling it. And see, like this one wants to flip-flop. I'm just taking it and just turning it so it's kind of this way. As soon as you find a little space in there, and I'm going to go back and clean this up. I'm just going to push this all together because I want this to be really tight in there. And I can always go back and clean it up, which I usually do the most important part is getting these attached on here. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bows on here so far. I'm going to go ahead and push another one right on there. I can fit possibly one more in there, and then I'll have to move on to the other side. Let's see. Super easy to do. and wait till you go and look at that bow tutorial, how I made these. It's super easy to do. I like to keep everything easy and make it feel like you can actually do it once you see the video. Okay, make sure I'm grabbing onto the right thing here. Yep, okay. I'm loving the way this is turning out. You just never know sometimes how it's going to turn out, but it looks like it's coming out to look like that picture in my head. So right now I have 4 on each section, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 4 into this section because it's already pretty tight, so I might just put 3 in here. But I'll make sure I'm keeping count so that you'll get a sense of how many you'll need. And it just depends. You might need more or you might need less. Okay, let me put that on there and twist. Yeah, this is going to be so pretty. And I'm sorry if I'm wiggling it around a little bit on here. Just trying to make sure everything gets twisted on there. The chenille stems are also from Dollar Tree. They got tons of chenille stems in different packs, so you can, it does not have to be difficult. And look how full that looks already. And I'm still on the second section, and look how full that looks on there. Let's see if I can get another one in there. I'm loving the bow wreath because you're not pulling the loops in and out, and it just goes really quick. Just find some ribbon that you really like, and then just go for it. I would suggest, of course, you use the wired ribbon for sure. But I'm so glad I can share this with you because we do not have a whole lot of time to be spending doing this stuff. And then of course you can add whatever you want on here, and see, I'm just pushing it right up so that it looks full. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue along here, and then I'll have a count of how many bows you'll need to do this. But look how full that looks already. Just want you to see that. It looks nice and full, as if you spent hours making loops. And basically it's just getting your ribbons together, or your bows. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the wreath, all done, made all from Goodwill bows, Goodwill ribbon, and look how beautiful these bows look. Now I put 19 bows on here, counted them all together, and the more loops that you have in each bow, the larger and more fuller it's going to be. So what ended up happening is, because I wanted these green ones to be tight, I kind of ran out of some. So I had this other mix of Goodwill ribbon, and I made a few bows. And so I put this off in the corner there. But I may end up turning my wreath around when I hang it on the door. And I'll let you see, I'll take a picture so you can see, and maybe having a tail coming down from the bottom. But look how gorgeous that is. Let me just turn it over so you can see. I just went ahead and tucked my chenille stems in. I'm still kind of tucking a lot of these in, but I may end up cutting a few off, and that way it's not sticking on my, scratching my front door. So I'll go back and kind of neaten this up. But I am super excited at how gorgeous this turned out. And I mean, I haven't even finished fluffing this. So it's going to be even bigger, especially when I put it on the door and I take a picture so that you can see. This is huge. I didn't realize it was going to come out this big. But I am loving it. And I'm loving how cost effective it is. So you know, when you go to Goodwill, make sure you hit up those areas that have the Christmas decoration stuff. I'm going to be definitely looking to see what I can find, or even any of the bows and ribbons that they have there. Super cheap, and make sure it's a wire edge ribbon. So I hope this inspired you. I'm hoping that my instruction was easy enough for you to be inspired and feel like you can do it. So thank you so much for joining me. Leave a comment in the description box below. In the comments below. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I'm so tongue twisted right now because I did not realize how big this was going to come out. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to go back and make another one for my sister. And so I am super excited about this. I will see you real soon. Bye.